Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Semovente Contraccaro 56, a Tier 7 Italian tech tree tank destroyer, and one of the most dangerous Tier 7s out there. A lot of people really underestimate this vehicle, but in today's video, I'm going to showcase why it's really strong. In front of us, we have all the Tier 7 heavies. We can see the M7Yo, the T29, all of the Tier 7s. And for the most part, Tier 7 heavies really don't have much armor. I mean, some of them have better armor. I mean, the T29 obviously is really good armor for the tier. It's probably the most armored out of all these. And the M6 also has pretty good armor. But for the most part, I can't really say any of these vehicles have armor that, when placed up against Tier 8s, is exceptionally good. However, the Semovente Contraccaro 56 is a different story. This vehicle legitimately has armor that will make any Tier 8 cry. Look at this thing when using gun depression. You might think, oh, well, that's not great, until you realize that that's 277 millimeters of gold. Yeah, the turret is over 400 millimeters on the edges, and the only weak spot is these little pop-outs right here at 250. The lower half is over 340. Yeah, this thing's armor is insane, and the upper plate at this angle is really good still at 240. Like, this tank has ridiculously sturdy armor for a Tier 7 tank destroyer. And not to mention, it has a pretty good gun as well. I'm running the auto reloading gun. There's two different gun options you have for this tank. You have a single shot with 310 alpha, and you have an auto reloader with, I think it's 240 alpha. I could be wrong. We'll take a look after this, but it has two different guns. And both guns are actually really nice because you're placed in a situation where you either have 3 shells or you have 1 shell. I like the 3 shells. As I always say, I think auto reloaders and auto loaders are stronger than single shots. And a lot of people always think like, oh, you know, the single shot DPM is better. But truly, in this tank, it's only about 100 more. And the accuracy on this gun is much better than the single shot. So I'd much just rather run this gun. So what we're going to do now is we are going to move over with our team. Our team is going to town. It's pretty common that usual low-tier teams go to town on this map. I'm not the biggest fan of going to town, especially because this is a hull-down tank at a 7 degrees of gun depression, and it can actually work a ridgeline surprisingly well. Take a nice shot into that 40 TP right there. Now you'll notice the single-shot reload is fairly quick on this vehicle. There you go. We got our shell back. Ooh, nice fire into his vehicle. Let's get one more shot. There you go. Just like that, we've brought a full health Tier 6 off 739 HP. And we just reload. And if this player does decide to poke me, they're going to regret it. So we'll just move up a little bit. Oh, there's the 40 TP. Nice clearing shot into that player. Just like that, we've done 900 damage and taken that existence away from that player. All right, let's back up a teeny bit. Let's get a nice shell into the KV2. Yeah, that was a great poke, my dude. Let's aim it on the SU. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Nice 250 damage shell. Oh. Well, nobody said my RNG was good. And that's a good example there. I can't believe that missed. Alright, let's see what we can do here. We have an M6 experimental right here. And I don't really like any of these situations I'm being stuck in. But we can get one shell into the M6 there. Nice. 230 damage shell into you. Now we can turn around and we can start going for the Basilisk, maybe? Let's see. Keep on going. And boom. Yeah, nice. I was hoping I could get my third shell back, but as we saw, unfortunately, I was not able to. Alright, let's see if we can get some damage into the AIM Maximus, who's right in front of us. Got the T-34-2, who's rushing this player. And we get one shell into you. And 2 shells. Nice 161. We have the SU-152 right in front of us. I'm actually just going to fire my reserve shell because I'm assuming that our teammate is going to get the clear into that player before I'd be able to get there. Maybe not. Maybe not. I take it back. Oh, no, they do. But a pretty good game, nonetheless. We didn't really get to use the armor because we didn't get to use gun depression, but you can still see the gun on this tank is really nice. The DPM is solid, the accuracy is good, and the damage with this auto-reloading gun feels really, really dangerous. 2,862 damage dealt. That places us top on the team without a sweat broken. That was a pretty solid result. And I do want to see the alpha damage really quickly. I think it's 240. Indeed it is, 240. That's pretty nice. 225 is kind of meh. Okay, well, another pretty good matchup. Let's see what we can do in this game. Also, I just looked at the enemy lineup. I don't know how many of you are aware of the player Old Man Blitz, but the Annihilator on the enemy team, the level 50 Annihilator, is Old Man Blitz. If you don't know who he is, after this video is over, go search his YouTube channel, and you'll find out immediately. And you will lose just as many brain cells as I have. If I'm to make a guess of where Old Man Blitz will go, it is in the spawn of the enemy's bushes, because that is what he does. Alright, well, I'm not seeing anything over here, which isn't too surprising. They don't have too many heavies to begin with, and most likely, as I said, with their top-tier heavy camping in spawn, their team is probably going to be playing pretty passive. So, I'm going to try and flank here. I will say this tank is not that fast in acceleration, but once you get up to speed, it's pretty good. So we're just going to start accelerating here. Got the Chaffee in the back. Oh, there's Old Man Blitz. Nice 270. Let's back up before he's able to get any damage into me. Ooh. Alright. Oh, we got the KV-2. Oh, imagine if that had hit. That would have been really nice. Alright, well, so far, I don't love this position, because as much as I don't fear Old Man Blitz, I do fear the tank he's in. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to head back over this way, and we're going to see if we can counter-push this side of the map, because I think this is a better play. So let's move up over here, and see if we can get some damage maybe into the Frosty or something like that. What are you doing? Well, evidently nothing I can do about it. But we get a nice shell once into the KV. They're not going to poke. Okay, good. There's Old Man Blitz. Alright, we're just going to chill here and see if that KV decides to poke again. We also have the KV-2. We're doing fine so far, though. Let's aim it on that KV-2. Boom, a 250. Oh, you hit me. Too bad you're dead now. Not going to dump my reserve shell. Definitely not worth it. Alright, our Annihilator is fighting the enemy Annihilator, which is good. It means that I can push up here. Okay, keep going, keep going. We have the enemy Chaffee, which we get 1 shell into. 2 shells into. That player's out of the game. And now we reload. I'd love to be able to shoot that player, but definitely not worth it right now. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have our shots back. Let's see if we can take this player out of the game really quickly. As I said, it's really important that we get the mobility out first, because this is not a very mobile tank itself, and kind of need to deal with that. So there's 1 shell. 2 shells, and 3. Easy. Alright, that player's out of the game. We're up to 1900 damage now, which is pretty good. Now we head over to Old Man Blitz. Gotta reload for 10 more seconds, then we'll start getting our shells back. KV-13 is fighting our T-37. Okay, good. Alright, yeah, this is pretty good at this point. So we gotta wait a couple more seconds before we can get our shells back. 3, 2, 1, boom, and then 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. There you go. 1 easy shell. Another easy shell into you. Let's back up. We have plenty of health right now anyway, so I'm not too worried. T-37 isn't too healthy, but that's fine. We're just gonna chill here. Ish, back on up. Let's see what we can do. I mean, I'm not worried about either of their tanks. It's just, I can't really drive over the ridge, because if I do, you know, that tank can deal a lot of damage to me. Come on, poke me. Do it. Do it. Ah, he was so close. So close. I'm just going to push over here really quickly. Let's get the KV taken out. And then we can deal with this guy. Yes. Up. Well, there you go. That's a pretty easy win. 5 kills. Yeah, I was a little worried that Old Man Blitz was going to be smart and drive over the ridge line when I pushed to the side of the KV. But then I realized who I was dealing with, and that wasn't much of a problem at that point. Well, we had a pretty good game. 2,828 damage, 5 kills. Did we ace the tank? No. Actually, only a 2nd class. Great example of how strong this vehicle is. Yep, there he is. Old Man Blitz. I know he has like 8 billion games in the Annihilator. I just need to see if... Yeah. 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 Okay. Well, either way, hopefully enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more content like this in the future, make sure to click that subscribe button. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.